fun. It's a whole new thing I'm trying. I feel like talking about something to do with poetry today. It's one of the things I really love. So let's see if anybody's there to talk with me or chat with me. Yeah. Hi, Miles. Hi, Miles. Hi, Africana. Nice to see you guys. I'm back. How are you doing? Today, I just thought of I wanted to go for a long walk in the forest, and then it started raining really, and they're promising a lot of rain today, even if it's in the summer. But this is Denmark; it's always raining. So I just decided to come in the little house and start reading some poetry. If someone wants to join me and listen, or we can also just chat. We can also just chat. So feel free to join. And of course, I'm going to read some old poetry, which is of course in the free domain, because I don't want YouTube to come after me. Yeah, I'm looking at my computer. Yeah, I think I'll start with the poetry of Emily Dickensen. That is so nice to see, Miles. Hi, Africa Navu. How are you, darling? Thank you for being here. I think we were together, was it yesterday or this morning at Queen Lungiswa's live? I don't even know. Time flies so much, especially when you're on YouTube. But today I'll start by reading Emily Dickensen's, and of course I'm reading the old poetry because that's the one that is free. Otherwise I might get some issues with YouTube. Emily Dickensen died in 1886, and therefore her poems are all free, all in the public domain. And this is the one called Hope is a Thing with Feathers. Yep. So let's start. Reading Emily Dickensen's is a very short one, and I hope I will do it justice. Hope is a Thing with Feathers by Emily Dickensen. Hope is a thing with feathers that perches in the soul and sings the tune without words and never stops at all. And test in the gale is hard, and sore must be the storm that could abash the little bird that kept so many warm. I've heard it in the chillest land and on the strangest sea, yet never in extremity it asked a crumb of me. That was the poem. I hope you liked it. So let me hear what you all think about this. This is a real experiment. I haven't tried to do this, and I also feel like, you know, poetry is a thing. Either you love it or hate it. I love poetry. So yeah, what do you guys think about that? I think that the idea of hope, especially nowadays, it just gives us, you know, especially I think of myself, like it gives me strength. This poem gives me strength to face, you know, the world's challenges. Yeah, and also I think to be gentle, and I think that is really important, or rather resonates very much with me. So it's still something which is really strong inside of me, but still doesn't come out forceful, that keeps me alive, that keeps me still fighting and still hanging on, even when things look really tough. So that's my translation of this beautiful poem by Emily Dickensen, who lived many tens of years ago, hundreds of years ago. I think she died in 1886. So yeah, that is a long time and still very beautiful words. The wildest of storm weathers, the strangest of seas. It keeps singing and never asks for anything in return. And to me, I take it that is our power, to still keep fighting, still keep holding on, still keep standing with grace. So thank you so much for listening. Let me see who's here and I say hello. Oh, thank you, Africana. Thank you so much. Deborah, hi, how are you? Thank you for your greetings. You say, hello, sister. May God bless you. Stay happy and healthy. Have sweet dreams. Thank you so much, Deborah Brata. Thank you. I guess it's really late where you are, because here it's actually early morning. It's like midday. It's 12 in the afternoon. AGS Arul, hi, how are you? Arul, I do remember you from last week. I think it was on Sunday. I do remember you, Arul. Thank you so much. I remember you were there with me for a very long session. Hi, Bailey Smith. This is most definitely not AI. I'm here live. Why do you say if it's AI? Let me hear. Does it sound AI? I'm just reading some poems from old poets. Hi, Doug. Oh, you're writing from Niagara Falls. Wow. Thank you. Oh, thank you for being here. Thank you, Canary King. Good morning from New York. Hi. Yeah, must be early in the morning. Must be like, what, 6 o'clock? Here it's about midday. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Arul. I'm sending you hugs on virtual hugs. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. I was just reading Emily Dickensen's poem, the very, very beautiful poem about hope. It's called Hope is a Thing with Feathers. Yeah. So I think I'll look for another poem that I can read and that is, again, on the free domain. There are some poems I wish for, like, I am from Kenya, of course, and I love African literature, but I couldn't find that. I was Googling, I couldn't find poems or literature that is free on free domain, because most of our literature was not written. And I think for the literature to be on free domain, the author has to be dead, I think, more than 70 years. So there's not so much of that. My mother tongue is Kikuyu. I speak Kikuyu, which is an ethnic group in central part of Kenya. I also speak Swahili. In Kenya, that's like our national language. Thank you, Doug. Yes, I love that, Doug. Hope is always present in our hearts and soul, and it's nice to remember that, even when things look so grim and so dark. Yeah. Let me see what else I can find here. I like the poem by Robert Frost, and it's this poem particularly, called The Road Not Taken. It's something that I try to practice. Like human beings, we almost always follow what everybody is doing, and because it's a safer route, it's a safer way to go. But sometimes I walk, especially literally walking in the forest, I take some turns and I go there and find some beautiful gems I would not have found in one of those little routes which have not been taken by so many people. So here is a poem by Robert Frost. And Robert Frost, I think, died in 1963. And this poem is published in 1916. And therefore, this poem is in a public domain worldwide. It's called The Road Not Taken by Robert Frost. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both, and be one traveler. Long I stood and looked down one as far as I could to where it bent in the undergrowth. Then took the other just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim, because it was grassy and wanted wear. Though as for that the passing there had worn them really about the same. And both that morning equally lay in leaves no steps had trodden black. Oh, I kept the fast for another day, yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. I shall be telling these with a sigh, somewhere ages and ages hence. Two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. So that is a poem by Robert Frost. I think for me it speaks about self-discovery, daring to follow your heart, daring to follow your voice, even if it's very different from what everybody around you is doing. Like just being on YouTube and reading poems. I'm trying to do something that I haven't done before. Oh, hi off-grid Northland natives, New Zealand. Hi Kia from New Zealand. Oh, welcome to the live. I haven't seen anyone from New Zealand yet in my lives. What time is it in New Zealand? You must be ahead of us. I mean, I'm in Denmark right now. You must be ahead of us by many hours. So maybe you're having dinner. Is it evening hours? Let me know, Kia. Hi, Broski. A football player. You said name a football player for editing. Oh dear. I hope you mean football like soccer, because I'm Kenyan. That's what we call football. We call it the one, you run after a ball and kick it with your legs. Football player for editing. I'll go with my Kenyan football player called Wanyama, Wanyama. And then I'm not a big football fan. I only watch it when there's World Cup or something like that. African Cup of Nations. Drogba, I think, is a football player from Africa. Messi, Ronaldo, Perry, some English players, because also I think we watch English Premier League a lot. But this is the best I can with short notice. I hope that was good enough, Broski. Hello, I can't read your name. Very beautiful font and very beautiful writing, but I can't read your name, the one who's written after Broski. Thank you so much for being here, and you're welcome. Kia, it's 10:30 p.m. Oh my God, that's late, but that's I'm not surprised. My name is Gathoni. I am born and bred in Kenya. Yeah, I live in Denmark now, but Gadon is my name. Yeah, Kenya, we have a good, yeah, Kenya is very good in rugby. Kenya is one of the best teams in rugby. And I guess at New Zealand, I could recognize that because greatness recognizes greatness. You guys are also pretty good at rugby. Golu Kitchen, Golu Home Kitchen, how are you? Thank you for coming back. We were with you last night. I was here last night. So thank you so much for the like. Jack Jones, hi, how are you? You're welcome here to live. I can recommend, of course, my home country, Kenya. I think it's a beautiful country with beautiful people, very kind, very welcoming, very loving, and also beautiful nature and landscape. Kenya is one place. The other place I can recommend I have been to is Ghana. I really love Ghana. Ghana is very, I feel like there's so much harmony in Ghana. So Ghana is another country I can recommend. I haven't been to so many other African countries. I've been to Tanzania and to Uganda. Of course, those are neighboring countries, and they're beautiful. It's an East African culture, so similar to Kenya. I think Ethiopia is also beautiful, but I've never been there. That's my dream. I would like to go to Ethiopia, South Africa, and Senegal. Those are my bucket list countries in the African continent. But also Tunisia, some place in North Africa. Jack Jones, where you live? Where do you live now? Are you American, UK, Australian? I'm just guessing from your names. I could be completely wrong. Golu, yeah, I know. Golu, I know you're from India. I remember I saw that yesterday. Thank you so much for being here, Golu. Jack Jones, you will take the family in winter, please. That would be great. In the winter time, the weather is amazing. In Nairobi is amazing weather always. It's like, I think 25 degrees centigrade. Maybe that's equivalent to, I don't know if it's 60 something American in Fahrenheit. But then we also have all sorts, like at the Kenyan coast is nice and warm, and there's the nice Indian, it's just by the Indian Ocean. It's beautiful. Oh, Jack Jones, you're from Croatia. Oh, I think I've heard very good things about Croatia. I haven't been there, but I'd like to visit. I think it's becoming a very big tourist destination for Europeans and for in Europe. Because it's a bit less cheaper to visit, I think, compared to the southern, like to Italy and France, and you still have very beautiful landscapes, I think. I don't know. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but Croatia, I would also like to visit. Oh, forget. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'd love to come to New Zealand. I feel like New Zealand, I don't know, is that where the Lord of the Rings was shot at? Like I just connect those two, and I love Lord of the Rings. But I also love the New Zealand. I'm trying to follow the politics going on and the native people of New Zealand and fighting for their rights and recognition. So that's something I'm very, very keen to follow and to learn about. And I'm happy to hear there's a lot of African people there. Actually, I'd like to visit New Zealand. I just have this imagination that it's expensive to travel. You know, like the air ticket is expensive, but I could be completely wrong. So I could do a bit of research on that. Oh, news off grid, you say, why did I move to Denmark? I moved to Denmark because I have my husband is Danish. So that's primarily why I ended up living in Denmark. But we lived together in Kenya, and we were at some point, we had to move from our home. We lived in the western part of Kenya. And then we were like, okay, we can move to the capital, Nairobi, or we can move to Denmark. And then we just decided to move to Denmark, and and see how life goes. And that was a long time ago. There were like job opportunities and everything. But then, unluckily, we landed with the financial crisis. So it really worked against our plans. No, Jack Jones, you say vacation country. Oh, it's more expensive than Italy. Okay, I didn't know that. I thought actually it was cheaper. But I'd still like to come and visit Croatia. Oh, is it with the tourism? You say it's bad for the people here? Yeah, I can imagine. The Maori. This is the name I was trying to remember of Creed. That's the name I was trying to remember. You know, the dances and the struggle. The struggle. I know. I really appreciate the struggle that's going on. Oh, Golu. You say you like my earrings. Thank you so much. I think they're made of cow horn. I bought them in Kenya. There are always some beautiful earrings in Kenya. I always buy because I love earrings. Off grid. Okay, I get that. I appreciate that. More power to you. More power to you. Golu, I live in Denmark. Hi, Jay Prakash. Welcome to the live. Off grid. You say you only have one husband. In my country, you would have at least 3. I couldn't handle 3. That would be a lot. That would be crazy. I think 1 is pretty enough. But thank you. That's funny. That is funny. Anyway, thank you everybody who's here. And maybe I could look for another poem to read. I really hope that YouTube doesn't cause any trouble, but I'm really very specific on looking for poems that are on public domain. And I'm reading all of them from like a free place, free open space. I think it's called open space. I think I'll read the next one by Lord Byron. And I'm sorry, I mean, I love English poetry because this is what I was introduced to when I was a kid. But I also wanted to look for more like for African poetry. But as I said to the people who were here when I was starting, it's not easy to find English African literature that is free and in the free domain, because I think the author has to be dead for 70 years. Yeah. Jack Jones, you say people need to travel and meet other cultures. That will get us closer together and stop these stupid wars. We are all the same. I could agree more. I couldn't agree more. I agree with you so much. It just makes such a difference when you meet a new culture and then you just see that things are so similar to yours. And if they're different, then you see something you can learn from these people. So I love traveling. At least travel responsibly, but I love traveling. And I love also, like when I travel, to meet people from that country, if possible, see their day-to-day lives if they allow me, and of course do it with respect to the culture. Hi Sonu, how are you? Welcome. My name is Gathoni and I am from Kenya. I am from the eastern side of Africa. Are you from Nigeria, Sonu? Off grid. Oh, I know. You say you'd love to hear some Kenyan poetry. I would love to read, but I can't do that on YouTube because then I'll be struck with copyright issues. But I'm not trying to think of whom I can recommend. I know Kenyan literature, like writers. I don't know if you know someone like Goge wa Thiong'o. He just passed away the other day. He is one of the biggest writers we have in Kenya. There's one called Misere Mugo. She's also a writer. There's a guy who passed away, and he's an amazing, amazing writer called Binyavanga Wainaina. If you want, I can just write on the chat some of those names. But unfortunately, I have to read this old Victorian literature because that's what is I can see, which is free, and also some American. Banu's vlogs, hi, welcome. I know we were together yesterday. Nice to see you here. So I'm gonna read another poem. Let me see what I can find. There's this poem by Lord Byron. Lord Byron, I think, lived back in that I need to do a bit of research on. Hi, Azuka's Kitchen. Nice to see you, Azuka. Welcome. Hi, Min Ebere. Hi, thank you so much for your kind words. I am from Kenya. I'm from Kenya. Right now, I'm looking for a poem I can read. I think he's called George Gordon Byron, and in short, one can call him Lord Byron, and he died in 1824. So his work is most definitely on the free domain. And here is one poem by Lord Byron called She Walks in Beauty. She walks in beauty like the night of cloudless climes and starry skies, and all that's best of dark and bright meet in her aspect and her eyes, thus mellowed to that tender light which heaven to gaudy day denies. One shade the more, one ray the less, had half impaired the nameless grace which waves in every raven trees, or softly lightens o'er her face, where thoughts serenely sweet express how pure, how dear their dwelling place. And on that cheek and o'er that brow, so soft, so calm, yet eloquent, the smiles that win, the tints that glow, but tell of days in goodness spent, a mind at peace with all below, a heart whose love is innocent. That's a beautiful poem. That's a beautiful poem by Lord Byron. I've actually never read it before, but I really love it. Thank you so much, Min Ebere. Thank you so much, Min. Where are you from? Are you from Nigeria? Thank you for the compliment to the Kenyan ladies. We're quite noisy here on YouTube, so you will see a lot of us. Dinusha, how are you? Welcome to the live, Dinusha. Nice to see you. Hi, Sela, how are you doing? You say, how are you doing? It's Sela from Malawi. I subscribed to your channel this morning. Thank you, Sela. I have also subscribed to your channel and I've been following your vlogs. I really like what you do as we follow your day-to-day. Hi, Karen, sister. Hi, sis. I'm doing well. I'm up here again, trying to make YouTube my job now that I'm jobless. My work finished a few months ago. So I'm trying to look for a job and try to run YouTube. So I'm thinking when I'm not working, then I can at least try to get subscribers and to have watch hours. So in short, actually, thank you everybody who's here. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel, and if you don't mind, kindly subscribe. It's a big help to me. It will help me grow the channel. I'm hoping to be monetized in August. So I'm really ambitious about that. Thank you, Offgrid. Thank you, Offgrid, for your kind comment. I think you said your name is Kia. I hope it's Kia. I hope I'm not mistaking it. Azuka's Kitchen, you say, I'm here to show some love. Appreciate you always stopping by my live stream. Of course, Azuka, anytime I see someone I recognize, I definitely stop because I know it means a lot. Thank you, Sela. Azuka's Kitchen says, happy Monday, everyone. Christopher Israel. I don't know who that is. I'm sorry. Is it a poem? I can look it up. Oh my goodness. I like what you're saying, Offgrid. A Maori poem are sought for land and for women. Men will die. Does that mean like women in the Maori culture are elevated somehow? They're the ones who carry the culture on and on? But I love the culture of, I love that idea with the land, because I also come from a community where land means everything to us. We are really connected to the earth and to the land and the land of our ancestors. I'm sorry, Christopher, I really don't know it. Karen, let's make a WhatsApp group. But you see, that's also what I'm deciding. You're saying you're jobless. I'm also just deciding, let me make what I can do with this moment. Of course, I'll look for some jobs because I don't want to stay jobless. Right now, I'm lucky because I have an unemployment insurance, but it can't last for long. So I want to use this time where I have the chance, so I can come on the lives every day if that's what it takes, and carry and push these watch hours and try and find get some subscribers who connect with my channel and who connect with my values, because also I feel like I have, even if it's not just about looking for subscribers or watch hours, it's about doing things that resonate with me, that stand with my values. So I love reading, I love writing. Then today I decided, let me come and read a poem, because it was raining actually. And it kind of reminded me, when I was a kid, of course I lived in the village in Kiambu, which rained a lot. But we spent our times outside in a big garden. We would play all the time. But when it rained, we would my mama is a teacher. She was like, go home, go in the house and take a book and read. So I really connect the rain with books, and I find it very cozy. So that's why I had decided to read. But now it's not raining, but they promised us some rain today. That's the little background of my childhood. But Karen, let's use the joblessness. In fact, I don't like the word jobless. I feel like it's such a negative way. And I like to be positive. So I say I'm in between jobs. So that's what I do. But let's spend this time making the best of it. It might just become the best moment of our lives. It might become the biggest blessings in our lives. Because I think if I had a full-time job, I couldn't be able to come on the live until 2 a.m. like I did yesterday. But then now I have the time that I can be able to do this. So let's make the best out of it, Karen. But Karen is also a beautiful YouTuber. She's hilarious as hell. Karen Kirui, please check her out. Very funny YouTuber based in Kenya. Jay Prakash, thank you for your love. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, Jay Prakash. Thank you for being here and for spending your time here, encouraging me. Hi, Joy. Joy, I was at your live a little earlier before I came here. I was following you. I hope you saw me. I was there for a little while. Thank you, Azuka's Kitchen, for the love. I appreciate you. Amanath 9815, how are you? Oh, how are you? I'm sorry, I can't recognize what you've written, but I hope you're saying hello. Amanath. Amanath, I'm sorry, I don't know what you're talking about. Light on. But thank you for being here and welcome. Kindly subscribe if you want, if you feel connected and inclined to do that. I promise I will always bring whatever I do on YouTube. It's something that I value, something that speaks to the things I care about. It can be different things. You know, I like take long walks in the forest. Now I'm reading. Sometimes I put night stream where I listen to the noises in the night, like the white noise and the birds singing. Sometimes I talk about gratitude and power of manifestation and power of compassion. So those are just the things you will find around my YouTube channel. So if that's something that can resonate with you, feel free to subscribe. Sela, oh, thank you for your kind words. Imagine, I take everything that comes my way as a blessing. Of course, I know nobody wants to not have a job or be able to provide for their family, but I am blessed that I can be able to provide. In Denmark, there's a system that takes care of you when you don't have a job. But I think that it's not a lot, but you can still be able to afford the basic needs. So it's not so bad. And I feel really blessed to be able to have that opportunity. And I take every season as a lesson, every season as a blessing, and I take the best out of it. And this is what I'm doing with this season of mine, where I am in between jobs. But thank you, Sela, for your thoughts. Off-grid. In Maori culture, you say, in Maori culture, the land belongs to the women and the ocean belongs to the man. Ay, that is so beautiful. You know, I'm just gonna have to write down and research a little bit more. I've never heard that. Yeah, of course, because you're surrounded as well by water. In my culture, Kikuyu culture, we do have a lot about land, but we don't have waters around. We have mountains and hilly places, but land was very important. But if you don't mind, I'm really just going to write down what you've written in the chat. Okay. Now I really want to know more about it. Culture. Land belong to the women and the ocean belongs to the man. Oh, thank you for that insight. Could you recommend some books by New Zealand writers? I love reading books, and I love reading books from different culture, because I think when I read a book, I feel like I've already visited that place. It's like one step away. It's like what is it Jack Jones was saying, the importance of going to different countries and visiting different cultures. I really feel like once I read a book based in that country, it's like I'm a step closer. I'm one foot in of knowing that culture. So if you have some nice Maori or New Zealand writers, kindly recommend. I would love that. I'd really appreciate that. And I can recommend to you some Kenyan writers or some African writers in general, depending on what you like to read. I like some crime dramas. I like some culture or historical stories based, something that tells a little bit about the history. So whatever you can find, kindly let me know. Thank you so much for everybody who's here with me. It's been already 40 minutes and I can't believe time flies that fast. I hope you admire my flowers. These ones are my fresh flowers from the garden. I brought them here so that I can just brighten up the house. And I love red. The red color, I think it brightens up the houses and the homes and the people. You will almost always find me in a red outfit, especially when I'm doing the lives. And personally, I think my color is green, like dark green. Red is my mom's color. And my mom loves the color red, so I wear it a lot and I miss her. And coming on YouTube really I feel like I miss her. Maybe I should invite her in one of these days in YouTube. I don't even think she knows I'm here. No, but anyway, I don't know if we should look for another poem or I should just keep chatting and reading off what I can see on the chats. Feel free to subscribe and to like the channel, and to like the live. I know I promised rain, but I can't see any rains. But I hope it's still cozy. I'm going to look for another poem as I catch up. Oh, I can see there's some poem. I couldn't see some of the comments. Now I'm only seeing the comments after Off-Grid's comment of the Maori culture now. My phone, I think it stopped running. So let me read from the computer. It says Mustafa Niang. Thank you, Mustafa. Thank you for the roses. You like roses? Okay, I get it. Thank you so much. Miles, are you a poet? How could I hear? Where can I hear it? I'd love to hear your poem. I think, especially at this day on time, we need to exchange what's in our hearts, especially if it's about stuff that is kind and positive. But Miles, would you mind to send it to me by email? My email is on my description of in my channel description. If you don't mind, I'd really love that. I'd really appreciate that. Salah, thank you so much for being here. Please, of course, I respect your work and thank you for passing by and sending me the love. And I'm sending my love back to you. Enjoy your work and have a beautiful day and a beautiful and a productive day and be blessed. Apache Nick. Hi, how are you, Apache Nick? Nice to see you here. You say, have you ever read Kenyan book Betrayal in the City by Francis Imbuga? I've heard about Francis. I've heard about the book Betrayal in the City, but I'm sorry I haven't read it. But this is embarrassing because I really have a lot of books. But I'm gonna write this down. Betrayal in the City. Do you like it? Was it good? Betrayal in the City. Francis Imbuga. I've written that down, Apache. Thank you so much for the recommendation. Where are you from, Apache? Welcome to my live. Off-grid, you say you'll find that the Maori culture is very similar to traditional African culture. I totally agree with you. I think the native, the indigenous, that's the word, the indigenous cultures have so much in common. Yeah. What did I want to say about that? I think what I love most about the little that I know and the little that I see that remains, because like even my culture now, it's really it's infiltrated very much with modernity and capitalism and everything. But there are some cultures also in Kenya which have really kept their beliefs and their traditions, like the Maasai people. And what I say about those cultures is the connection with the land and the connection with the elements, with water, with everything, and the self. And I think also the respect that this planet of ours, this world, we are all together. We are not superior. We are not superior than the trees and the animals. We are all together. We are all interconnected. We all support each other. I think that is what I think about indigenous communities, and I think that would be very common in almost every indigenous communities that you read. But I would be so interested to read about the Maori people now. You really are ambassador to New Zealand, because New Zealand was not in my bucket list, because I've always thought it's like so expensive. But now I feel like I should visit New Zealand, especially meeting you, even if it's online. Appreciate you so much. Assad, hi Assad, how are you? Assad, thank you for inviting me to Pakistan. Actually, one of my former colleagues, the job that ended in March, she actually came from the Pakistan. Her parents came from Pakistan, so I have a little bit of information about Pakistan because we talked a lot, and of course I loved her, and she's a beautiful person. So I think she reminds me, I think the Pakistanis are like that. So I would love to visit Pakistan. Thank you, Miles. Thank you for saying you'll send it. I can also maybe write my email here. Then you don't have to go looking for it. Educational tips. I used to wear a nose ring. I used to wear a nose ring when I was young. A funny story is I put a nose ring here. I think I was 18. And I had already put my earrings on, like had earrings and ear holes. So that's normal. That was not a big deal. But my nose ring, I feared what my parents would think. So when I was 18, in my very rebellious age, I went to some clinic somewhere and I had my nose pierced, and then I was thinking, I have to go home. My parents will see it and I can't remove it, and there's a gold ring on my nose. What will I do? So I went to a hair salon in the market in Nairobi and braided my hair, not even like this, but very small ones. And I think for a whole month, I had my hair like this, covering one side of my nose, so that my father would not see it, because I was scared what he would say. And then one day he saw it and he laughed. And then I was like, why the heck was I so afraid? So that's the little story about my nose ring. I don't know, maybe I should return it, put it back. I haven't used a nose ring in so many years, so maybe it's even blocked. I don't know. Hi, nice to see you here. I'm so happy to see you. Thank you so much for being here, Lan Ying. Lan Ying, if I'm not wrong, are you from India? I remember like you said something like that last time. I hope I remember correctly. Thank you, Salah. Thank you so much, Salah, for your kind words and your heart. Yeah, you're Indian. There's so many Indian people that I meet here. So anyway, today we were here actually just to read some poetry. And then sometimes I go to the chats and I see what's going on and I catch up with everyone. Let me see what else I can read that is on the free domain. Yeah, let me see. Sorry, not so well prepared. Oh, I'll just Google on my computer. Oh, I'm gonna read this one. I hope it's okay with everyone. I like this one. I think it's very funny to say a poem is poetic. Yeah, that's true. I remember that, Lan Ying. Yeah, I do remember you. We were here for long. We were here for a very long time. Educational tips. Yes, of course you can know my age. It's in public domain. It's in the title of my channel. I'm 45 years old. I'm turning 46 this year. So the last time I was wearing my nose ring, I think it was 20 years ago. Romatsaripudin. Hi, Romatsaripudin. I don't wanna mess your name. Thank you so much for joining us. Now you understand, right? Of course. Now you understand. But exactly when I was your age, that's when I put my nose ring. So I get it. Hi, Ahmad Hosari. How are you doing, Ahmad? Nice to see you again. Welcome. So today we actually, it's raining a little bit outside. Earlier when I started, it was supposed to be raining a lot, but it's raining a little bit, and I associate rain and raindrops with reading. I find it very cozy. So I'm going to read a poem by William Ernest Henley, and I think he died in 1875. It's called Invictus, the poem. I think a lot of people know it. So, Invictus by William Ernest Henley, 1875. And it's in the public domain. It goes, out of the night that covers me, black as the pit from pole to pole, I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul. Touch of circumstance, I have not winced nor cried aloud. Under the bludgeonings of chance, my head is bloody but unbowed. Beyond this place of wrath and tears looms but the horror of the shade, and yet the menace of the years finds and shall find me unafraid. It matters not how strait the gate, how charged with punishments the scroll. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. That was Invictus by William Ernest Henley. I would be curious to hear what you guys think about these poems. And I think this one talks about resilience through hardship. I would like to imagine how it was back in 1800s when he was writing this. But I think we can still connect some things from the words, because experiences may not be exactly the same, but situations that people fight could, history repeats itself in many ways. So I think it's about the struggle, the resilience, and reinvention of yourself, not giving up. And if you want to know something about me, when I come on the lives, I come to tell, it's like I'm talking to myself. I'm not telling people how to live their lives. I'm really echoing my thoughts so that I can understand them myself, so that I can really live by the words that I speak. So this is really so much to me as to somebody else who would be in the same situation or who would need the encouragement. Educational tips. Hi, educational tips. I am from Kenya, in East Africa. Oh, you're also from India. Oh my God, there's a lot of people from India. And it's funny because yesterday I was on the live until pretty late. Here it was 2 in the morning, and in India it was like going to 5 or 6 in the morning, and there were still people there. And now is in the afternoon here, so I guess it's about 4 o'clock in India, so that's okay. But I think India, you guys are 24 hours economy, also in your minds. Miles, Miles, I'm going to send you my email right here on the chats. Hi Joseph, nice to see you here, and thank you thank you for your kind words. You asked what I think about this very famous person. I don't know. I think we're all human. I don't excuse anything and everything, but I also know we all are capable of doing the worst things. So I don't know him very well, but I think I would imagine there was some humanity in him, despite the chaos and the pain he caused. That's what I think. I don't condone anything he did. I'm afraid of what I know. So that's my thoughts. But I cannot ignore that he's also a human being, and we are all capable of doing those things to ourselves and to others. So that's what I think, Joseph. Yeah, educational tips. I am from 1979. You're right. I am from 1979, and it is raining, and this is what I love now because I can hear the raindrops. Hi, Anson. How are you? Hi, Miles. Oh, Miles, it's you. Okay, I'm gonna write you. Hi, QRXRT. Interesting name. My name is Gadoni. Thank you for asking. Just a minute. I need to answer. QRXT, I don't know what you mean, no? NO, no, NP. Miles, I'm writing it down here so you can see it. Educational tips, thank you so much for your kindness, and thank you for being here and for subscribing. I appreciate you. You have a lovely day, and I'm wishing you good health too. And hugs to your mom. She's my age mate. Feel like we are kindred spirit. Thank you so much, and have a lovely day. Enjoy. Yeah, so now it's raining again. Actually, this is exactly what I was hoping for. I hope it's not too loud, the rain, that you can still hear me. But I love the rain. It just really does remind me of my childhood when I would sit and read a book. Okay, it's getting crazy now. Thank you, Miles. Can I ask you something, Miles? Do you write a lot often, or when you have inspiration, or every night? And if it's about getting inspiration, how do you get inspiration? Because I'm just so curious about how people get to do their writing. Because I love writing, but for me, sometimes I really have to find the inspiration. Sometimes I can go for a very long time without being able to write, even if I want. You know, like I'm having pen and paper, and I really still cannot be able to like come up with a story or come up with words. They're just not coming out. QRXT XRT, of course, you're very welcome to join my channel. I really appreciate. You're very welcome. Of course, definitely. Miles, oh, you did it a lot when you were younger. Yeah, I get it. Wow. You were doing it pretty much out of nowhere. So it's just like words are flowing. That's amazing. That's a nice feeling to be at. Sometimes I find that I get that when I'm like completely in like stillness, you know, like when I walk in the forest, or I sometimes I just carry a notebook, because then I start writing, and then words, and then sometimes when you get the first line, then words really start flowing. So today it just makes me feel like I should go back to that now today. Oh, Miles, actually, I was thinking about you because I checked this morning I checked, I cannot be able to get Cash App. They say one can get Cash App if if you have an American address or a UK address. So it's impossible. I was gonna write that to you or let you know that when I find you on live again. Yeah, I know it's kind of creepy, like writing. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, it's true. So anyway, thank you so much, everybody, for being here. I don't know if I can stay a whole lot longer. I'm just enjoying this, and I probably can just continue with my reading. What are you doing now, Miles, if I may ask? Is it about... No, it's in the morning hours in New York. Are you in New York? You are in New York, right? I think you are. Let me see what else I can read. Oh my God, there's a lot of... No, there's a lot of... There's some... Just laughing because I think I saw some... I've just seen some comments that I skipped by accident. It's funny because I don't shy off from comments or from what people write. But there's one when Off Grid, my friend from New Zealand, wrote about Maori men get married with traditional move to the wife's land. Okay, that is explaining to me about the culture, the land culture in the Maori, with the Maori people. But then there's someone else who joined the live. I'm just putting this back for reference because I cannot shy off from people. Whatever they write, I have to address it. So someone says, "Can you show me your belly? Can you show your belly? I'll donate you." And of course, the answer is no. And I'm so sorry. I'm just saying this out loud. I don't want anybody thinking that I just ignored that message or sentence. If I had seen it, I would have answered. I cannot do that. That is so funny. I missed that one. thank you for writing, whoever you are. I can't even see your name. It's unbelievable, Miles. Okay, it's 4 in the morning. 4 in the morning, or in the afternoon. 4 in the morning. Early. Okay. Maybe I forgot where you're from. Anyway, Miles, that's nice that you're here with me. Thank you. I appreciate you. And people are stupid. I don't get it. But people are people, and they probably are bored and have nowhere to express themselves. And I just really, I don't know why would anybody write that, but I'm not here to judge. Anyway, Janet. Hi, Janet Space. How are you, dear? Welcome. I hope you're doing well, Janet. Janet is, yeah, I know. I remember you're from Ghana. I hope you're doing well with your YouTube channel. Please remember to like and subscribe if you feel called to do that, or if you don't mind. Everybody else also, I mean, I know Janet, we are following each other. Sapash TV. Hi, Sapash. How are you? What do you show on your TV, Sapash? Welcome very much on this channel. You're just relaxing here, reading a poem here and a poem there. Most of them by old English dead poets, and some American ones as well, because those are the ones I can find on free domain. But this is what we've been spending like the last 1 hour doing, just reading poetry, very old poetry, and chatting on the chat section. But thank you so much, Sapash TV, for your kind compliment. I appreciate that very much. Oh yes, Edgar Allan Poe is my favorite too. I have to Google if his work is on free domain. Edgar Allan Poe is my favorite. Thank you, Janet. I'm so happy to see you. I'm happy you're doing well. I'm also really fine and happy and very blessed. Let me see if there's something by Edgar. I don't know when he died. Oh yeah. Poe died in 1849. So everything he has written is free. Should we read the Raven? I can try and I think that one I know. Or maybe it's a long one, wasn't it? That one is quite long, I think. But I'll keep looking. No, it's fine, isn't it? I think the Raven is quite long. Let me find something else. Okay. Shall we read A Dream Within a Dream by Edgar Allan Poe? I have never read this one before, so forgive me if I am putting the pauses at the wrong places. A Dream Within a Dream by Edgar Allan Poe. Take this kiss upon the brow, and in parting from you now, thus much let me avow, you're not wrong who deem that my days have been a dream. Yet, if hope has flown away in a night or in a day, in a vision or in none, is it therefore the less gone? All that we see or seem is but a dream within a dream. I stand amid the roar of a surf-tormented shore, and I hold within my hand grains of the golden sand. How few, yet how they creep through my fingers to the deep, while I weep, while I weep. O God, can I not grasp them with a tighter clasp? O God, can I not save one of the pitiless wave? Is all that we see or seem but a dream within a dream? Oh, I love that one. I think I have to read it again at some point. It's beautiful. Miles, you say Edgar Allan Poe was an alcoholic and died either from alcohol poisoning or suicide. I had no idea. Actually, I just love him as, like, I know of him and I know the poem The Raven, but I remember it being quite long. But I don't know his history, but I think he's a good writer. Hi, Sweater Joshi, how are you? Welcome to the live. And happy to see you here, Sweater. I'm from Kenya. Today I'm spending the day reading because I feel like it's that kind of day. The rain is raining a little bit. The weather is a bit rainy today. And I think that calls for poems or reading with a cup, sitting with a cup of tea or coffee and reading a nice book or a poem. But today I have to read. I'm looking for my computer because I'm looking for only old poems which are on the free domain. So I can't just take a book and read out loud. Otherwise I'll have some copyright strikes on me. But thank you so much for being with me, Sweater. You say you're asking where I am from. I'm from Kenya, but I live in Denmark now. Hi, Anson. How are you? Nice to see you again. Welcome back. It's been a while. Man of Pillow Doom. Oh, thank you, really. Someone actually had said that, but because I think it was actually yesterday, one of my friends here on Zoom, on YouTube, said that because the person was trying to sleep, but still kept on participating in the live. So I was apologizing. And the person said that they didn't mind my voice. So that's fine. Thank you so much, Man of Pillar Doom. I like your name. Miles, you say Edgar Allan Poe. Nobody knows how he died. Okay. Oh, there's a lot of writers, especially from back then, who died just, yeah. I think it's that tormented writer thing. Either they were alcoholics or something like that. But I didn't know so much about Edgar Allan Poe, besides that he was just an amazing writer. Narendra Paul, how are you? Narendra Pal. How are you, Narendra? Welcome. I'm almost guessing you're from India. I could be wrong, but correct me if I'm wrong. Man of Pillow Doom, you are from South Africa. Thank you. You're from the motherland. I have a lot of friends from South Africa now through YouTube. And I also have some cousins who live in Cape Town. Cape Town or Joburg, honestly, I don't know. I haven't been there. I want to visit South Africa, but I don't know where to start. I hear there's so much to see and so much beauty. So nice to see you here, Man of Pillar Doom. Welcome to my live and feel free to subscribe. Miles, 1987. I know he was laying. He was found laying. Oh my God. Oh, that's so painful, though. Some even say it was rabies. I feel like I should do a little bit of background research on Edgar. My husband actually likes Edgar. He's the one who's introduced me to Edgar Allan Poe. You, Miles, you were in Denmark when you were 13 to see Tivoli Gardens and Rosenberg Castle. Okay. Wow, that is in the city, in the middle of Copenhagen. Tivoli, yeah, Tivoli is huge. And I think, yeah, a bigger tourist attraction. And then the Rose Garden, Rosenberg Castle. Could it be the one in the key where the Queen's jewels are kept? Still like quite a castle. A lot of visitors come to see, a lot of tourists come to see is the one where Shakespeare's play Hamlet is based. That castle is called, I don't know if it's Helsingør. You've been the whole country. Okay, Miles. The one in but did you see the one where Hamlet? Oh, actually, let me see. I think it's called Helsingborg. Oh, Kronborg. Sorry, it's called Kronborg. Or Helsingør Castle. There's the rain. I love it. Oh my God, I don't know if you can hear me. Maybe I need to shout. Please let me know if you can hear, or if I'm shouting, or I should shout less, or things like that. Yeah, that's some good rain. And wind. And the funny thing with Denmark, I don't know, I guess you are here over summertime. The funny thing with Denmark is that yesterday it was like 25 degrees, which is very amazing weather. No wind, no clouds, everything was still. And then today, we woke up with rain and I couldn't go for my walk. They were promising thunderstorms around now. It's gonna be crazy. But I don't know if you're in Helsingborg Castle. Helsingør Castle. Helsingør. Elsinore. Oh my God, my Danish is terrible. I'm very confused when I start mixing Danish and English. It's very confusing. Yeah, Helsingborg, I think, is in Sweden. Yeah. Elsinore is in Danish, and that's where that castle is based. Miles, you say if I'm glad I left Kenya. No, not really. In fact, I miss Kenya terribly. I think, I don't know. You can't turn back the wheel of time. But I don't regret coming here. But I don't honestly think it's better than Kenya. I think there's some good things here, and there's some also good things that I miss terribly in Kenya. So I think I could have been just fine both places. Actually, one of the things I love most for coming here, is that I got very lonely at some point, and I had to really look within. And I think that was some sort of growth I needed. But because in Kenya I could never have been that lonely. I have my family with me, and we are a very close-knit family. I don't know. I really don't know if I'll ever go back to live, but I visit there all the time. I'm there every year when I can afford it. I was there last month, but I feel quite international. I feel like I'm a citizen of the world. So I have settled here. I'm at home here, but I will also be very much at home in Kenya. But I feel like I don't know if I can go to pension here. I think I can't retire. I don't think I'll retire in Denmark. I will retire in a warm place. Kenya could be one of them, or somewhere in Europe, uh, like a warmer place. I don't know. I love Portugal and Italy. So if I could be able to find a space there, I'd love that. But I also think I could go to Kenya because it's not, with time, it's the distance won't be that far in terms of connections and flights and everything. So I could still end up being there. But I'm just trying to look for a middle ground, somewhere like closer to Kenya and also close to Denmark. Because now I have friends and families in both places. But I really love Kenya. And I think actually a lot of people thrive in Kenya. In Kenya, it's easy to make money. It's also very easy to be poor, I think, because we don't have the welfare system. But there are so many opportunities in Kenya, I think. So I think I'll go back at some point. Or maybe have a place there where I can always go and stay for a longer time. Like I know I can always stay at my parents forever if I want, but my own place where I can have my family also with me and we can all stay for maybe a month or 2 months and then come back. This is the life I'm dreaming of. Yeah. Yeah. So but both places I feel at home. And I think I feel more at home in Kenya than in Denmark. And I have big children, so they don't need me to be here all the time. Anyway, that's thank you so much for this session. Really, I think I've had a really nice time. It's been amazing. It's been such an amazing time with reading. I'll try this again, I think. I have some friends of mine who I say like, oh, I'm going to read some poetry. And they'll be like, oh my God, that's so pretentious. But I love poetry. And it may sound pretentious and all, but those words, they soothe me. They soothe my soul. It's just like music to my soul, So I'm happy I find kindred spirits. I find someone else who enjoys it. So thank you so much, Miles, for being with me and everybody else. Let me see who else is here. Man of Pilodum, I hope, are you still here with me? Narendra Pal, are you still with me? Anson, are you still here? Sweta Joshi, I hope you're all here because I can see there are 5 people watching and I'm not sure who's here with me. But I think I'll end up this live here today. I'm sure I'll come back if I get bored. But it's so nice to see all of you. And thank you so much to everybody who has subscribed to me. I think 4 people have subscribed to me today. So that's just but a blessing. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. Peace. And I wish you all a wonderful day. Amazing, amazing. Yeah, experiences. And yeah, may you have a lot of love and kindness your way, all of you. And let's keep writing and let's keep reading some good stories. And let's keep telling our stories so that future generations can sit in front of their YouTube channels and read. Bye. No, more people are coming. But I'm just waiting for all of you to log out, then I can... No, there are 7 people. It's so hard to leave. And so thank you for being here, everyone. Very much trying to log out. And maybe I'll come back in the afternoon after a cup of coffee or something. In fact, I made coffee. I forgot. I had some coffee here with me. So let's see. I think, you know what I can do? I can also end this live and start a new one because I want to switch from reading to something else, if it's okay. So that's, I can also release the people who are going and have to do some other stuff. And I just want to say thank you to all of you who've been here with me. So much. Thank you so much, Miles, and bye-bye, everybody else. Mahadev Chavan, thank you so much for being with me and for joining me. I'm just about to leave. I could just come back after I fill up my cup of coffee. And then we can start again. Mahadev, thank you so much for the love. Please subscribe if you don't mind to my channel. It's a big help to me. And I hope to see you again when I log into the live. Thank you so much for being here. Bye, everybody. Okay, I'll stay for 5 minutes. Then it will be an hour and a half. Whoever is still watching, look, and to them, this was so appropriate, this cup of mine. Now that I was reading poetry from these old English people. This cup I bought in London, in a museum somewhere with all these writers. There's about Midsummer Night Dream. There's about Henry IV. There's King Lear. There's Hamlet. There's Twelfth Night. There's Julius Caesar. Much Ado About Nothing. So I think this cup was pretty appropriate for today's session. Thank you so much. Mahadev, have you subscribed? Or are you already a subscriber? Thank you so much, Mahadev, for joining me. I'm going to log in, to just log in again one more time. Bye-bye. See you soon. Bye.